A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hello everyone, welcome to A+ English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Laura.
And we are here today to tell you about how to make a really good speech. Not with too many hand gestures.
No.
That might be an okay speech, but too much with your arms.
Annoying.
You're not trying to land an
distracting.
airplane. It is very distracting, and it just makes you like, did you lose control of your arms?
Right.
So there are things you can do, though, as we've mentioned yesterday, and we'll continue to talk about today. Things you can do to feel less nervous, more relaxed, and most important, more confident when you make a speech in public. Are there things you do, Queen Laura, Queen of the speeches?
Right? To what? To feel less nervous?
To feel less nervous when you speak in public.
Lots of things you could do.
Can you share some of your pearls of wisdom?
Well, first up, I practice a lot.
Practice.
That sounds like, yeah. Even in front of friends and ask for their opinions, so I'm not so nervous about the whole thing, like what you said yesterday. Then I make these little palm cards with just a few words to help me remember just in case I blank out.
Palm cards or cue cards, as they're also called, little notes for yourself.
And of course, I make sure to have fun with rehearsals, playing around with my tone and pace.
Yes.
It's all about feeling comfy up there.
That's right. And as we mentioned yesterday, if you can find a topic you're interested in, you care about, you're passionate about, that will also make it more fun too.
I did try, the cliche one of pretending everybody is naked. I couldn't though because it needs a lot of imagination. Yeah, I know. I think I would end up like that. It's like, oh my God, everybody's naked. I'll probably be more nervous.
Pretend everyone is wearing no clothes except black socks. Okay. I just think that's weird, and you might start laughing, or you might just go, oh, okay. But yes, it's all about making yourself comfortable, and really, as we've said several times, if you're prepared and you're feeling confident, you will feel more comfortable.
Practice with your friends.
It's as simple as that. All right, let's check out our article.
Tips for good public speaking. Warm-up question. What do you do to feel less nervous when you speak in public?
Visual aids are important in a speech, too. Use pictures and charts to help explain your ideas. It's easier and clearer for people to understand. Feeling nervous when you give a speech is common. A quick look at your notes is helpful. However, don't read them through. Also, smiling helps make both you and your audience comfortable.
All right, so being prepared is really, really important. Knowing your topic, liking your topic, being able to share your passion with people, and knowing what you're saying, what you're gonna say by practicing, all important. But you can bring things along with you. That's right.
Wow.
Things to make it even easier to feel comfortable up there on stage. And also things that can kind of take some of the time off the clock. If it's like a 10-minute speech for your class or something, visual aids are important in a speech too. Sure, you can make a speech just using your words, your ideas, your natural charisma. Hi, everyone. Hi, thanks. Thanks for coming tonight. You can do it that way, but if you have stuff to point at that people can look at, that gives you a break. Right? It just takes a lot of pressure off your own shoulders, and it also gives you a chance to maybe, grab a sip of water while they're looking at your cool thing.
Okay, I like that voice that you did. It sounded like Elvis Presley.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
so amazing.
Basically, visual aids are things you show or use during a talk to help people understand better. They can be pictures, slides, videos, or
all of
even
the above.
things things you hold up to explain your ideas. Like
sure.
you could actually use funny pictures or props.
Sure. Yeah, if you're talking about your holiday in Turkey, bring some of the cool souvenirs you brought or something like that.
I did mention Steve Jobs, not Steven.
No, not Stephen Jobs,
right?
no.
He used very, very simple pictures and few words in his talks to make his points clear and memorable. So
That's
I think
right.
sometimes too many like visual aids might also be too distracting. So maybe like use them at a good extent.
Yeah, you don't really want to look like you're introducing the PowerPoint presentation.
Exactly.
It should be helping you, not you, using it to do all the work.
Would you use visual aids a lot if you were to give a speech?
I would definitely use them a lot in a speech. I mean, it depends on the topic. If you're talking about something in the mind or something, it might be a little harder. If it's a thing in the real world, if it's your hobby or a holiday you took or an interesting period of history, you can find pictures, charts, maps, all sorts of stuff to show people, as well as just stuff you can actually use, or even better, have it and then sort of ask people to pass it around in the crowd, because then they'll be focused on that and you can feel even more relaxed. There you go. Use pictures and charts to help explain your ideas. Pictures, charts, maps, visual aids, things you can look at that help you. That's what we call those. It's easier and clearer for people to understand. That's a whole other part of it. You don't have to explain so much if they can see what you're talking about. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, at least a couple hundred words. Maybe not 1,000 words, but that's the expression.
I actually gave away toys.
You gave away toys?
Yeah, because I wanted good interaction.
Now you're just buying your audience.
That's right.
That's called bribery.
I really wanted good interaction, so I asked questions, and in case nobody cared, so I actually bribed the audience a little bit.
Were you giving away like a PS5 to everyone?
No, it was just like cute pencils.
Oh, cute pencils.
It was back in school. What do you expect?
Oh, yeah, I'd still give you more points for pencils. But candy, you win.
But that's really good interaction.
That is very good interaction. Feeling nervous when you give a speech is common. That's another good point. Everyone feels nervous. Just because that guy or that girl in your class seems so relaxed doesn't mean they weren't worrying last night as they tried to fall asleep. What it does probably mean is they prepared a lot, so when it actually has to happen, they feel more comfortable. But everybody feels nervous standing in front of a group of people.
You never look nervous to me.
I hide it well.
You're good.
I'm terrified.
I'm going to talk about really cute expressions.
Okay.
Of feeling nervous. Like, I love this one. I had butterflies in my stomach before going on stage.
I hate that expression.
Really?
Because it makes me think of having butterflies in my stomach. And I often do, and I don't like the feeling.
What about my heart was pounding as I waited to give my speech?
I'm going to have a heart attack. I can't do
this. You can hear your heart beating, really.
That is your fight or flight response. Your body is worried, stressed, panicked, and it's like, get away from here.
What about sweating bullets?
Sweating bullets or a cold sweat, breaking out in a cold sweat.
I love that.
That's another one. Sweaty palms.
You didn't like butterflies. What about, I felt like there were bats flapping around in my belly when it was my turn to speak. Even worse.
I've never heard that before in my life.
I love that one. Bats flapping.
Bats flapping.
Well, I did hear
They're just
this one.
bigger butterflies, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
Scary.
There you go. A quick look at your notes is helpful. Laura gave us this great advice of having what you call
palm cards.
Palm cards or cue cards. Little cards. You don't write your whole speech.
No.
Hi, I'm here today to talk about. No, just title and then part one and give yourself a 1 or 2 word little clue.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's what's next. Then you go on.
Right.
So those notes of any kind really are helpful. The good thing about having the short ones is you don't have to look down at them for too long. If you get lost, it'll only take you a few seconds to get on track. Where if it's all written out, you're like where am I? No, page 2. No, wait, page 3. You don't want to do that. Don't read them through, though, it says. However, don't read them through. You're not reading the news on the radio or something like that. You're making a speech, so just use them to help your memory, to help your speech. Don't rely on those notes.
Totally. In fact, I feel if I memorize my speech, it makes me sound more natural and sincere as well.
Oh, okay.
I always try to commit the key parts to memory rather than reading directly off a page.
Yeah.
It's tough for me to remember everything word from word when I get super nervous. but memorizing the important bits like my opening and closing and maybe a few key facts or stories in between helps me make better eye contact and connect with the audience. Yeah, and I think it makes me seem more relaxed and confident this way. Just having a few quick bullet points as a guide is all I need.
Exactly right. There you go. You just want the information and the speech to flow. You don't want it to make it sound like a big official announcement or look like you're an actor in a play, just reading lines you memorized without really knowing what it's all about. Also, as we keep going on, it says smiling helps make both you and your audience comfortable. Smiling naturally, you don't want to go, "Hi everyone, I'm really happy to be here." You don't want to do that. You look crazy now. But just
like
natural.
Jim Carrey.
Just natural. Pretend you're chatting to friends at a picnic or at a little party or something like that, even if it's a big group of strangers. Look calm and cool and collected, and you will come across as calm and cool and collected.
For sure. I definitely try to remember to smile, even if I'm feeling super nervous. It not only makes me feel a bit more relaxed, but also puts the audience at ease and makes things feel more friendly and casual. Smiling can make a big difference in helping everyone feel comfortable.
That's true. And here's a good little fact about smiling. If you're smiling, you can't throw up.
Gross.
It's impossible to throw up when you're smiling. And if you're so nervous, you're like, I'm going to throw up. Just start smiling and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. It's a good fact.
We're
going to take a quick break and then we'll come back. I'm not going to throw up.
Don't throw up.
During the speech, note people's reactions. If they look bored, add something new to catch their interest again. At the end of your speech, quickly repeat your main ideas. This helps your audience remember them. Follow these tips, and you'll do well on your next speech.
All right, so let's say you're in the middle of the speech. It all seems to be going well. What do you do now? Switch off your brain and go on cruise control because nothing can go wrong. I am awesome. No, you should definitely be paying attention to what you're saying and where you are in the speech. But here's something that you can do in the middle of the speech to make it even better, to try to get like bonus points or something. During the speech, as you're doing the speech, note people's reactions. In other words, notice how people are reacting to your speech. Notice the things they laugh about. Notice the things that make them pay more attention. Notice what you say or how you say it makes everyone go, oh yeah, that's really interesting. Start playing with their phone because then you can adjust. You can kind of change a little bit, right? If you're doing anything in life, performing or playing in a game, if you look at what's happening around you, you can make quick changes and you can definitely improve your performance.
That's why I like to watch stand-up comedies. I actually like to watch the audience reactions.
Yeah, absolutely. And a good comic knows if they laugh about this kind of thing, I should keep doing that kind of thing. If these kinds of jokes don't really interest them, let's not do that kind of stuff. Also, for salespeople, same thing. If you're trying to sell it to someone and say, suddenly, oh, that's very interesting. I need something like that. Keep talking about that.
Keep talking.
And don't talk about the other thing that they seemed kind of bored with.
Yeah, so good reactions might be like nodding along or smiling, showing that they're interested. And if you're a teacher, if you see your students taking notes or giving you their full attention, those are good reactions.
Absolutely. And here's a little side note. To be a good audience member, pay attention, listen to people, give them the respect that you would want if you were up there talking about something boring. You don't want people to act that way, so please do respect other people. If they're up there, give them as much support as you can because you would want them to do that to you, right? Right. If they look bored, if you see people look bored, they're looking around, they're looking at the phone, they're chatting quietly with each other. If they look bored, add something new to catch their interest again. Another joke, another little funny story. I don't know, take off your shoes and start juggling them.
You got to improv a little bit then.
If you can.
Or bribe them like what I did. No, just
Give
kidding.
them free stuff.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
yeah. So some bad or like reactions or when people look bored, there you go, they yawn.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Or they check their phones like what you were doing, looking around. Or this is the worst, if they're frowning or shaking their heads, like,
Ooh, yeah, no, that's bad. If they're throwing tomatoes at you, that's That's a bad sign.
I wouldn't want that to happen.
If they're trying to get the police to arrest you, that's a bad sign.
No.
At the end of your speech, here's a good way to wrap it up. At the end of your speech, quickly repeat your main ideas. Go over your main ideas one more time in a very short 1 or 2 sentence for each main idea.
Short and sweet.
But that's a good way to help it come back, or as it says, this helps your audience remember them, because you want them to remember the wonderful things you just said about the Despicable Me movies.
Right.
Whatever you're talking
cute.
about.
Minions. I actually do that for debating as well.
Okay.
You gotta really always remind the audience what I talked about, what my team members talked about.
Exactly. Follow these tips and you'll do well on your next speech. Follow these tips on your next speech, you'll do well, and if you continue to follow them, you will do even better after that. I guarantee it.
So have you who's somebody you would look up to when you're thinking of like a great speech maker? No one?
No one I can think of right now.
But if you guys want to really improve on public speaking, I think TED Talks are actually a good guide.
TED Talks can be very, very good. Yes.
Yeah, watch those. And you could choose the ones you want. If you want informative ones or entertaining ones, those are great ideas if you can't find a good topic to talk about.
Absolutely. And you can find wonderful videos also of some of the great speakers of our time. You mentioned Steve Jobs. I'd say Barack Obama.
I was going to say
He was
Obama.
a good speaker. Martin Luther King, good speaker. Winston Churchill, a good speaker and a good writer. He used language in a very beautiful way. So there's all different ways you can make speeches. You just have to put a little bit of yourself into it and present it to the audience in the most interesting and entertaining way. We can all do it. You can do it. I can do it. Anyone can do it. Except my cat, because he can't talk.
No.
今天有提到啊，如果在演讲要发挥得很好，其实用很棒的图表也是一个加分哦。Chart 这个英文呢就是图啦或是图表，它是一个名词。For example, she used a chart to show the different colors of fruits. 她用图表展示水果的不同颜色。又或者我们可以说 That teacher told us to use pictures and charts to show the information. 那边老师要我们使用图片和图表来呈现这些资讯。那你们在演讲的时候会不会感到很紧张呢？紧张的英文就是 nervous， 它是一个形容词。For example, waiting to hear back about the audition results makes me nervous. 大家如果有参加过那种比赛啊，等待那种甄选结果，都会让我很紧张。我们来看一下单词例句。Samantha felt nervous on her first day at her new school. 很自然的啦。Samantha 第一天到新学校上学时很紧张。再来就是 comfortable 这个形容词，就是有非常轻松自在的意思，或是很舒服的意思。在口语我们也可以用 comfy C-O-M-F-Y 这样子来表示。For example, the sofa is so comfortable that I could take a nap on it. 哇，这沙发也太舒服了吧！我真的可以在上面就是睡在上面，小睡片刻 take a nap。单字例句又是怎么用呢？Amanda is shy and isn't comfortable when she speaks in front of many people. Amanda 很害羞，对于在很多人面前演讲感到非常不自在哦。再来，刚刚有提到说，哇，如果讲到很让人感到无聊的话，我们就会看到 bored 这个字。You look bored， 你感到很无聊哦。bored 这个形容词，什么时候会发生呢？ I felt bored during my history class. 我在历史课感到超无聊。那注意哦，人感到很无聊，那什么东西令你觉得很无聊，就要用 boring 这个形容词。所以刚刚这一句话我也可以这么说 I find history class super boring. 我觉得历史课很无聊。 看一下单字例句。Quinn feels bored because she is at home alone and has nothing to do. Quinn 一个人在家无事可做，所以她感到很无聊啊。我们来看一下，刚刚有提到 note 这个字哦，但是 note 这个字其实一样要看它的上下文来判断它的意思。如果当做名词的时候呢，通常我们是用复数型，就是有笔记或者是讯息这样的意思。所以常常我们说 take notes 就是做笔记，又或者一个小纸条也可以用 note 来表示。I found a note placed inside my lunchbox from someone who likes me. 我在我的这个午餐盒里面找到一张纸条，好像是来自一个喜欢我的人哦。但不过 note 当作动词的时候呢，就是有着留意、注意某件事情。比方像是 Please note the change in schedule， 就是请注意一下时间表的变更哦。又或者你要让人家引起注意，你可以说 Please note the funny dance moves happening in the background of that video。 注意一下那段影片背景中发生的一些搞笑舞蹈动作。OK， 所以基本上呢，如果提到 note 这个字，我们就要用上下文来判断到底它是笔记还是注意的意思哦。That's it for today. It's now time for review time.
Review time.
All right, we have just a little time to review a few words, the new words from today, just a few of them. Chart, nervous, comfortable, and bored. We're all 4 of them. Let's see how many we can get through in a game of opposites. When I say something that is the opposite of one of these words, we'll start off very interested. Very simply with interested.
Interested.
Fascinated.
Bored.
Bored. If you're interested, it's really, really interesting. If you're bored, it's not interesting at all. How about this one? Relaxed. Chilled out, man.
Nervous.
Peaceful. Nervous. Yes, if you're nervous, you are not relaxed. You are nervous. Here's a very, very, very simple one. Uncomfortable.
Comfortable.
Very, very well done. You win...
Am I queen of opposites?
You're the queen of opposites as well as queen of speeches.
I am.
Congratulations. And the queen of hearts as well. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you back here sometime soon. Take care of yourselves. And if you can at all in any way, try to enjoy your public speaking. Because if it's a skill you can be comfortable with, it will help you in lots of ways. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.
Magic Box.
Both Beast and I love hanging out in our garden. 野兽呢跟我都很喜欢在花园里玩耍哦，看着小花小鸟，生活多么有生气！我就是好气质、好修养、好有品味的知性美女贝儿。当我们呢要说2个人、2个东西，甚至是2件事都怎么样的时候呢，就可以使用这个单字 both 呢可以当成限定词和代名词使用，意思呢就是2个、2者、双方。很常见的句型呢就是 both A and B，A 和 B 都怎么样？比方说呢 ，We like both cakes and cookies， 蛋糕跟饼干我们都很喜欢。下午茶的时间呢，来杯茶搭配甜点，再看一本书，是不是很享受呢？说到书我最近呢就在看这本，内容很有趣，男生女生都很喜欢。Both men and women enjoy reading this book， 男人和女人都很喜爱读这本书。除了 both A and B 之外呢 ，both 也可以接2个的复数名词哦，2个的复数名词，例如呢，双亲 ，OK，both her parents are doctors， 她的父母呢都是医生 ，both her parents are doctors， 在这边呢，我们也可以加上 of。Both of her parents are doctors， 意思是一样的。要特别留意当 both 与代名词连用的时候呢，无论代名词是主格还是受格 ，both 的位置呢都是在它们的后面。 什么意思呢？例如我看到我们家的茶壶奶奶跟蜡烛管家都累坏了 ，They both need some sleep. They both need some sleep. 他们两人呢都需要一些睡眠。这里的累呢就是代名词哦，连用的时候记得 they both。OK，both 的位置呢是在我们的代名词的后面哦。最后补充一下 ，both 除了放在句首 both A and B 之外呢 ，both 也可以放在句尾，意思是一样的。Do you speak French or Spanish？ 你说法文还是西班牙文呢 ？I can speak both， 我都会。OK， 这句呢可以改写为 I can speak them both。OK， 放在句尾，意思不变哦。你也赶快练习看看吧。